right, we will go ahead and get started. So thank you all for being here with us today. Tonight, we're going to be talking through our Preparing for CWRU webinar, which will give an overview of the entire orientation process for our incoming students. And so first off, we just want to say welcome to CWRU. We are so excited that you have decided to join us this fall, and we are hoping that you've already gotten started with some of the items on your roadmap, and that you're looking forward to being here on campus in August. My name is Kathy Petrus, and I am the director within the Office of Orientation and New Student Transitions. And with me today, I have one of our current orientation leaders, so I'll let Tony introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Tony. I am a rising third year studying epidemiology with a minor in Arabic. I'm originally from Novi, Michigan, which is about 20 minutes outside of Detroit, and I am really excited to be talking to you guys through the orientation process today.
Thank you so much, Tony. And you'll be able to hear a little bit more from Tony later on in the webinar. So to give you an overview of the things we're going to go over today, we just did our introduction. So next we're going to talk through the new student orientation process, which includes the roadmap and orientation newsletter, our webinars, Discover Week, which is our in-person experience. We'll also give an overview of our parent and family programming. And then Tony will share some of her advice for the orientation process. And then at the end, we'll be able to answer any of your questions. There is a question and answer function as part of this webinar. So as we go, you can post your questions and we'll cover those at the end, or you can save them and enter them into that function when we finish with our presentation. So new student orientation at Case Western Reserve is basically two phases. One is online, so that's the roadmap and then our webinars. And then the second part is in person, and that's Discover Week. So last Thursday, we kicked off our roadmap. So hopefully you have already started on the items that launched last Thursday. If you haven't, don't worry, there's still time to get started on those items. And so as part of our roadmap, this covers all of the information and tasks that you need to complete before coming to campus. So things related to housing, course registration, all of those important items preparing for your arrival will be a part of the roadmap. They will open gradually throughout the next few months. So make sure that you're paying attention to the tasks that are available for you to complete and the deadlines for those tasks and when they're due. This is how the roadmap looks on our website. And so each of these will link then to your student portal. So you'll log in with your username and password, and you'll be able to complete the various forms. When forms are available to be completed, you'll see them linked on the website to your student portal, and they have different action items related to that. So last week, uploading your photograph for your Case 1 card was available. The first part of your housing application also opened, and I just want to note this is not room selection. This is more so filling out a questionnaire, selecting your meal plan, and room selection will be opening up in early June, and so we'll share information about that through our orientation newsletter. Submitting information for your advisors, completing the math placement if applicable, and just noting that not everyone is assigned to take this math placement. So if it shows up in your internal portal, please make sure that you pay attention to completing that on time. And then today we launched several more items, including submitting important information for Discover Week, and letting us know if you are sending any test scores or college credit. There's a form for you to be able to download and get that information figured out. So at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is right now, your second orientation newsletter should be in your inbox, as well as items to complete on the roadmap. We always get several questions about the roadmap, but here are a few common ones. So for example, I've uploaded my picture. Why hasn't it checked off in the system? So some of our roadmap items do take maybe 2 to 3 business days to complete and to be marked approved. And so if you don't see that, you can definitely reach out to us, but the green check mark will appear. If you have questions related to your housing application, we really suggest that you reach out to University Housing. Their email is housing@case.edu, and their phone number is there, and you can find additional information on their website. And then, as I mentioned, roadmap shows that an item opens today. Why can I not access it? And so some of our items will not be available until 7 p.m. Eastern. And so if there are those items that aren't opening there, you'll see that in your newsletter when an item opens at a specific time. The orientation newsletter, as I mentioned, is sent every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. That goes to your Case Western Reserve email. So if you have not started checking that, please do. Currently, it also goes to your personal email, but we know that sometimes when you've applied, maybe you've used an email address from your high school, and maybe that will expire at some point. So we really encourage you all to start practicing checking your CWRU email. That is our main form of communication on campus. Within the orientation newsletter, we will have reminders about deadlines, upcoming events, important information that we want you to know, as well as advice from our current students. Parents or guardians of first-year students, you should be receiving the newsletter as well. If you are not receiving the email, your student does need to make a request to our undergraduate admission office, and they can email admission@case.edu to make sure that they are added, or you are added to their account. And then you can also find all of our newsletter articles archived on our website under the Orientation News tab. The second part of our online orientation process are webinars. So these preparing for CWRU webinars are the first of those. And we have a variety of webinars that will take place over the summer that students and their family members can attend together. Some will be directly for our incoming students, and then we will also have some that are just for our parents and family members of our incoming students. These webinars will flow through August. And registration information will be sent through our orientation newsletters. And as I mentioned, there are student webinars, parent and family webinars, and also some population-specific webinars. And so we'll continue to send updates related to all of those through our orientation newsletter. Some of our upcoming webinars include Who's Who on Your Success Team, which is actually taking place next week. And we have a registration reminder in this week's newsletter. In June, we will have some registration 101 webinars for you to understand a little bit more about the course registration process, and course registration happens in July. We will have a webinar on understanding the move-in process. So when you prepare to arrive on campus, we will share more information about where you go and how the move-in process works. And we will also be having upcoming webinars later in July about the essentials of student employment. So if you are looking to have a job on campus, we will share information about the forms that you need to fill out and how the process works for all students. And these are just some examples of the webinars. We will continue, as I mentioned, to update everyone through the orientation newsletter when new webinars are available. The last piece of our orientation process is Discover Week, and this is our in-person program. And so once everyone arrives on campus in August, we have a week-long program of a variety of events, social engagements, and opportunities for new students to meet each other. So for students that are arriving from outside of the continental US, you can move in starting on August 16th, and we allow that for you to have a little bit more time to acclimate. You're definitely coming from a different time zone than we're in Cleveland right now, and so we want to give you a little bit of buffer room before the Discover Week begins. Everyone else should be moving in on August 18th, and so that is our main move-in day. And that also kicks off Discover Week. And so Discover Week will run from August 18th through the 25th, with the first day of classes being the 26th. Parents and family members, we will have programming for you as well on the 18th and 19th. So if you are thinking about your travel plans, you can note those 2 days. Parents and families are not required to come to campus, and so we know sometimes you are not able to, and we will continue to share information after Discover Week to keep you in the loop on campus resources and things that you need to know to support your student. Discover Week, as I mentioned, is your in-person orientation experience. It is required for all incoming, new, and transfer undergraduate students. And some things to expect are one, meeting fellow classmates and returning students. Every new student will be placed into a small group for orientation led by 2 orientation leaders. So you never know, you may be in Tony's group come Discover Week. We'll be acquainting you with campus, the variety of resources, and your residence hall community. If you're planning to commute, we do have programming specific for commuter students beyond the rest of the required programming. And we're really going to educate everyone on the variety of CWRU resources, where to find certain things on the physical campus, and other opportunities to get involved as a student. As soon as our schedule is finalized, which we are working on right now, we will have that available on our website, and we will also share that through our orientation newsletter. For parents and families, as I mentioned, we have some programming on Sunday and Monday. Most of Sunday, we have focused on moving in, getting settled, doing the things that you need to do. We will have campus tours available through our admission office. So if you have not yet had the opportunity to come to campus and see campus and you want to take a campus tour, those are available. And then on Monday, we have our information fair, which takes place in Calvin Smith Library, where we have over 50 different departments on campus available to answer questions and provide information to all of you. We will have a variety of informational sessions from offices on our campus, so you can sit and ask questions and meet some of our campus partners. We will then have our university welcome with our president and other campus leadership, followed by a parent and family reception that runs from 5 to 7 p.m. So as you're thinking again about your travel, you can make sure to note those, and that information is also available on our website, and we will have the schedule there as well in the coming weeks. Some frequently asked questions about Discover Week that we wanted to highlight are meals provided. So as I mentioned, in the housing application, you'll select your meal plan. Your official meal plan actually begins that Saturday before classes start, so August 24th at dinner. And so prior to that, your meals are covered by the orientation office within the 2 major dining halls on campus. And we will direct you in terms of your small group for which meals you're eating in which dining halls, but there is a variety of options in both dining halls throughout Discover Week for you. If parents and families are planning to attend and stay overnight, we do have a variety of hotels within the area, and you can find those on our website, and several of them do offer discounted rates in relationship to the university. And then the last common question we get is, can I send items to campus prior to my arrival? We know that not everyone may be driving to campus. You may be flying in and need to send things ahead of time, and you can definitely do that. University Housing will begin accepting packages 1 week prior to your arrival date. And once you have your final housing assignment, that's the address that you will send it to. And packages will be available for pickup in Wade Commons for those of you living in the North Residential Village, which is all first-year students. If you are transferring into the university and living on the south side of campus, perhaps if you are a second-year student, then you would pick those items up at Fribley Commons, and we'll direct you to those locations. And so now I'm going to turn it over to Tony so that she can share a little bit of her advice on the orientation process for new students.
Thank you, Kathy. So I think something really, really important to know about orientation, just moving in and acclimating yourself onto campus, is that there is a lot of information coming your way. And it feels like you have to know everything, understand everything, figure it out super, super fast. There's absolutely no rush in needing to understand what's happening on campus, where things are. I was lost up until like the very end of Discover Week. I had to keep pulling out Google Maps and trying to figure out where I was. My orientation leaders would be like, hey, we're going to meet in this building. I'm like, I have no idea where that is. Someone come pick me up. I was calling my mom every day. I was like, I don't think college is for me. Pick me up, take me home. I'm scared. But that was me being dramatic, because this is such a safe and comfortable environment for students. Your orientation leaders, I'm not just saying this because I am one, but They are some of the best students on campus. They are so wonderful and so welcoming, and they really want to make sure that you have the tools that you need to succeed. They have to make sure that students have tools they need to feel like they're comfortable, to feel like this is somewhere where they can discover themselves and be a better person. To be joining the CWRU community is a really, really great thing. And these are people that are making sure that you have what you need to do well. I always advocate for students to ask questions, be curious, talk to their orientation leaders, reach out to students who are already at the university if you have the opportunity. A lot of students, or every student, should have gotten a Spartan ambassador towards the period between like mid-April through early May. And those are students that are there specifically to answer questions for you. If you didn't have the opportunity to talk to your Spartan ambassador before, you should probably still have their contact information. And I would recommend just reaching out to them and saying, hey, I didn't see your emails before, but I want to know what's the 411 on campus. Like, I need to know all the things that are happening. Um, what things do I need to bring? How do I prepare? What's orientation week like? All of those sorts of things. So I highly recommend just making use of the resources that the university gives you, because they're there for a reason. There are people that want to answer those questions. They want to guide you. They want to make sure that you're feeling comfortable. Um, my orientation week, I didn't take out as much of it as I should have because I spent the whole time being really, really scared. But I know a lot of my friends met their best friends through orientation. Some of my best friends now are the people that my roommate met during orientation. So I realized that I probably would have gotten the same direct experience if I had, maybe put my foot forward. So all of that is to say, there are a lot of amazing things waiting for you at Crew, and orientation is really just the start of it. So make sure you take out as much as you can from it, but don't feel overwhelmed.
Thank you so much, Tony. I really appreciate you sharing.